Welcome to today's lesson under the topic similarity and congruency. So today we'll look at the subtopic called the area of similar shapes. The area of similar shapes. The area of similar shapes. So we are saying for you to find area if you've been given the figures, the first thing that you have to do is to find the ratios of the corresponding sides. Then if you find the ratio of the corresponding sides, then you have to square the ratio of the corresponding sides of the given figures. In general, if the ratio between the sides of the two similar shapes is A to B, then the ratio between the areas of the shapes is A squared to B squared. So let us see that in the example. So we have example 1. The two triangles below are similar. Calculate the area of the bigger triangle. The two triangles below are similar. Calculate the area of the bigger triangle. So we've been given the corresponding sides here, which is for the smaller one is 3 centimeters and the bigger one is 6 centimeters. So now we've been told that the area of the smaller triangle is 4 centimeters squared. Now what is the area of the bigger one? Okay, so remember we said the first thing that you have to do is to find the ratio of the corresponding sides. So the ratio of the corresponding side is going to be A to B, which is our A is 3, to B, which is B is 6. Then for us to find the ratio, simply they have to be left in their simplest form. So you have to divide with the lowest common factor here. So we are saying 3 and 6, we can divide 3 into 3, we're going to have 1. Then 3 into 6, we're going to have 2. But remember, the ratios can be written as A to B, or can also be written as A over B. So now we want to write this in form of A over B, which is going to be 1 over 2, the area ratio. For us to find this, remember we said we have to square the A squared and the B squared. So now this is exactly what we are doing here. So if you square 1 squared, is going to give you 1, and you square 2, you're going to get 4. Now you found the ratio for the area, but how do you find the area of the bigger triangle? So this is where we're just going to use the proportions. So we are saying 1 over 4 is equals to, since this one ratio, it goes to this 4. Then we are saying what of this 4, which is for the bigger one, going to be, we don't know. This is what we want to find. So all what you need to do here is to cross multiply. So if you cross multiply, you're going to have 1 times x, you're going to have 1x, but in mathematics you don't say 1x because it's just 1x, so you just write x. Then 4 times 4, and this is what we have here. So simply your x is going to be 16 centimeters squared. So this one we are saying it's going to be 16 centimeters squared. So this is how you find the area. So you've been given the corresponding sides. Step number 1, find the ratio of the corresponding sides. If you find the ratio of the corresponding sides, find the area ratio, because we've said for you to find the area ratio, you just have to square the corresponding sides after you find their ratios. So now this is what we did, step 2, and then the last step you just have to cross multiply and you get for the bigger triangle. So let us look at another example. Example number 2. Two similar hexagons have corresponding sides of 2 centimeters. and 5 centimeters. Find the ratio of their areas. Then the next one, which is B, is if the area of the hexagon is 150 centimeters squared, find the area of the smaller hexagon. Okay, so if you remember, we said the first step that we have to find is the ratio of the corresponding sides. So the ratio of the corresponding sides, since these are already in their lowest terms, is just 2 to 5. This is step number 1. After you found the ratio of the two corresponding sides, you have to find the ratio of their areas. And we said for you to find the ratio of their areas, all what you need to do is to square the ratio of the corresponding sides. So we're going to say 2 to the power 2 and 5 to the power 2, which is just 2 times 2 is going to give you 4. Then 5 times 5, you're just going to have 25. So this is exactly what we did here. So you just have to square this ratio of the corresponding sides. Remember, we are not saying you have to square the corresponding sides, but you have to square the ratio of the corresponding sides. Take note, you have to square the ratio of the corresponding sides and not the corresponding sides. Okay, so if this one was 2 to 4, would have not just gone direct to square this, but then would have reduced this to 1 to 2, because the lowest term for these will be just 1 to 2. Okay, hope you are getting that. So now, this is how you answer the first question. Find the ratio of their areas. You just need to square the A, B, which is A squared and B squared. It means that you've answered question A. Now, how do you answer question B? Remember, this question B is just the same as the previous example, in the example number 1, where you just have to use cross multiplication. So after you find the ratio of their areas, then you can just simply cross multiply. So we are saying 4 to 5, 4 to 25, 4 to 25 is going to be, since this is for the smaller one and this one is for the bigger one. So now we are saying this is for the bigger one, then for the smaller one is what we don't know. Okay, so if you check, this one is what has given us 4, which is going to this that we don't know. So we are saying to what we don't know is going to be x. Then 5 is the one that has given us 25, which is this 25. Then it's going to a bigger one, which is 150. Are you seeing how we're arranging this one? Okay, so this is going to be x over 150, and this one is going to be 4 over 25. Okay, these are just ratios. Okay, so we are saying, what you need to do here is to cross multiply. So you're going to have 25 multiplied by this x, you're going to have 25x. Then 5 multiplied by 150, you're going to have 150 squared times 4. So now here, for you, since you're finding the value of x, you have to divide by 25 both sides, which is just this one, 25 both sides, even this side. So this is going to cancel with that one. Then we're going to remain with x. Then this can also go into that one 6 times. So we're just going to remain with 4 times 6, which is this one, and we're going to have a 30 centimeter squared. So meaning the area of the smaller hexagon is going to be 30 centimeter squared. So this is how you find whenever you've been asked. Just make sure you find the ratios of their areas, then you actually find the proportions. So we are saying the one for the smaller one, which is 4, to what we are finding that we don't know for the smaller one, but then for the bigger one, which is 25, is going to be 150 for the bigger one. Okay, so now if there are any questions on how to find area, simply you have to leave a comment so that next time I can handle your question. But I'm going to give you an exercise where you can just try and see what you can do. Okay, so the example number 1 is two similar rectangles have corresponding sides in the ratio 10:3. Find the ratio of their areas. Then the other question is two triangles are similar and their areas are 8 centimeters cubed squared and 128 centimeter squared. What is the ratio of their corresponding sides? So this is your exercise. Try it and see if you can be able to answer exam questions. Thank you for watching.